If you're a growing contractor and you're looking to introduce a new position within your company, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Jerry Aliberti, owner of Pro-Accel. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to introduce a new position within your company, so all the other positions that either they're supervising or who's supervising that new position can also grow all together as a company, and you can reduce your growing pains. So I hear a lot of contractors, what they do is when there's a new position that they want to introduce, for example, for the sake of this video, let's talk about having your first senior PM who's going to be responsible of overlooking multiple jobs and multiple PMs. They'll select a particular PM that they feel is competent enough, and they'll say, hey, by the way, you're the new you're the new senior PM. You know, we're going to give you this much more money. Now we want you to start overlooking certain jobs and then throw them right into the fire. Although a lot of companies deny that, that's really what happens. How do I know that? Well, one, I've held almost every single position within a growing company. And also I speak to a lot of contractors, employees who tell me that that's what happens. So what you need to do is this. One, you need to do your homework. You need to really understand the skills, the emotional intelligence that's required for that position, and what are the roles and responsibilities for that position. How do you do your homework? Well, one, you could do a simple internet search, which is probably your starting point. Two, you can talk to other contractors in your area who are within your network. Or I'm going to be a little biased. You can hire someone like me who can help you do that as well. But you need to really do your homework and really get a full understanding of the roles and responsibilities that that new position is going to have for your growing company. Two, you need to understand how that role looks today, but really important, you need to understand how that role is going to look 5 years down the line as you continue to grow your company. A lot of contractors don't do that. They just hire for today, or they hire based on what they knew in the past, which is even worse. So understand where the roles and responsibilities of that role today, understand where the skills that are going to be required for your growing construction company in 5 years from now. Three, you need to understand the skill gaps that person that you're hiring from another company, for example, if you're going to use a recruiter or you're going to hire somebody from the outside, or something that I highly suggest is promoting in within. It's always a good idea to promote in within. It also encourages your people to stay with you longer because they see that growth within the organization. Once you start hiring outside, it sends off a bad message. So let's say you're hiring in within, right? That person you're promoting will have skill gaps. We all have skill gaps when promoted. It's just part of life. It's part of promotions. So what are you going to do now to fill in those skill gaps? What kind of training are you going to provide to fill in those skill gaps? Are you going to maybe hire an outside coach? Are you going to be a mentor to them? Maybe have specific luncheons, a certain amount of luncheons throughout the month to help them fill in that gap? Or are you going to assign them a mentor that is even above them on the hierarchy scale? So there's different avenues to go. Okay, so now you got this person, now you got that role. This person now goes from PM to senior PM. The next step, and I think nobody really thinks about this in my opinion, is who is the supervisor to that new position that you just put in that new role? That supervisor to that new position also, one, needs to offset some of their responsibilities to this new position because they need to grow as well with the company. Your company is growing. So if you're introducing a new position within your organization, all leadership positions within that organization must be growing and must be elevated as well. In my opinion, if you're introducing a COO, for example, especially a COO role or a project executive role or a senior project management role, how is that affecting all the other leadership roles within your organization? Even a foreman role is going to change when that happens. Even a supervision role is going to change when that happens. If you're introducing a chief estimator for the first time in your organization, how are all the other leadership roles going to be affected by that? They are going to be affected. So staying on the senior PM role, do you have a project executive maybe in line, or do you have a right-hand man that you're already calling a COO? Honestly, you should have had a senior PM before you hire a COO. But are you the person that now is a direct supervisor of the senior PM role, right? After a senior PM role, you'll probably want to hire one or two more senior PMs and then hire a COO. So I'm assuming that if you're bumping up a PM to a senior PM role, you, the owner, are the person who's going to be the direct supervisor of this. So what responsibilities do you have that now you can start offsetting to the senior PM, and what new roles and responsibilities do you need to be taking on that are aligned with your 3, your 4, your 5-year vision, your 18-month vision? I like to not to go too far beyond 18 months because so much happens in our business of construction. So you, as the direct supervisor of this new position, need to evolve as well. Do you understand what your new roles and responsibility are that are going to take your company to the next level? These are some really important questions you need to ask yourself. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would love it if you liked this video, if you enjoyed it. I would love to hear your comments, and please subscribe. If you're reading this on my blog, reach out to me and let me know what you think about this. If you need any help, of course, reach out to me. I have plenty points of call to actions on my website and as well here on YouTube. Let's talk.